video doesn't really have an agenda. It's not going to talk about anything. It's not going to probably help anyone, or it may, I don't know, but I just wanted to, even though obviously I can't show you physically, but I wanted to vlog about what at the moment is going on in my head mentally when I feel like I've done something wrong or I've eaten something that I shouldn't, and then I'm kicking myself mentally, but I don't tell anyone because I am used to being alone, basically. So I suppose I'm going to talk about that then. What's going on in my head right now is that this week I think I've eaten stuff that I wouldn't usually eat, like sugar and stuff like that, and those are not necessarily bad things. I'm trying to remind myself that, hey, we all have those weeks, you know, sometimes you eat more than others, sometimes you eat less than other weeks, and that's totally fine, that's perfectly fine, that's what is meant to happen. But right now I'm only kicking myself because I feel like, oh no, I've eaten too much of this, I've had like cake and stuff like that, and I've eaten way more of that stuff than all the other stuff that I should be eating, which is not necessarily true when you really look at it in the mind space. And I'm just really kicking myself because I think even in this point, sometimes I feel really good about my body, and that's really good, but then in these times where I'm kicking myself, I think I'm really hating my body, and then I feel really awful about myself, and I feel really sorry. I've just seen I've got stuff under my nails. That's just distracted me. But yeah, I basically kick myself and I feel like I'm really fat or I'm really awful. And I should not necessarily think that fat is a bad thing. Like, obviously, you know, being thin doesn't mean like, oh, everyone's got to be thin. You know, if you're skinny or you're thin, that's your body. And if you're fat, then that is your body type. And, you know, we shouldn't have this like horrific, you know, connotation that, oh, being fat is bad, because there are so many wonderful people in the world and it doesn't matter what weight they are, surely not. And I'm trying to turn my thoughts into that, and it's just really, I really hate them. Not only that, but I'm also full as well, and that's like, oh, that's because you've eaten the cake, and shut up, I don't want to know. Leave me alone. And I don't want to, and I just want to be, I just want to be happy all the time, and I can't, how am I being happy all the time if I'm having these horrific, well, they're not, are they horrific? I'm not sure. These thoughts telling me that, oh, you're not good enough, oh, you're failing, oh, you've eaten this when you shouldn't have on your day, oh, you've broken your 3-day sweet rule for the week, you complete and utter idiot. And you're like, and I try and distract myself, and sometimes I'm really good at that, and then other times I'm like, no, it doesn't work. I've done videos like this in the past. I think one of them was like, I've got low body image issues. That was at a really bad point in my life, when I was going through the binge eating through recovery, and that really made me upset because I didn't know when it was going to end. My body's settling down. I always have to remember that my body's going to be slow in settling down because obviously it's been through so much, dare I say it, no, I'm going to say it, so much shit that it has to be like, whoa, time out, let me see what's going on. And then, you know, it does its thing, you know, and I've got to embrace my body at every stage that it's going through. This is just the end bit where it's like trying to get out of the recovery binge eating cycle, that because your body gets used to that, and into the okay cycle, and into the okay, we are now doing this and this. And also this is the bit where I'm like making sure that I'm not beating myself up all the time, because I beat myself up so badly and it really it hurts me on the inside. And I don't talk to anyone about it because, again, like I said, I'm so used to being alone, and I'm used to just like wanting my own company and wanting my own space. I go out to places on my own. I'm very introverted, and I feel like I'm more introverted and isolated, and it hurts, and I feel tears coming. Oh, I didn't know that was going to be a very emotional and very vulnerable bit, that my body was like, whoa, man, whoa, gonna have to turn on the waterworks. I didn't know that was gonna be vulnerable at all to say that. Oh. But yeah, but because I isolate myself, or because I am too independent, I think that is the problem. And I've got a very tough, like, skin when I go out, and then I don't want to, like, show anything, I don't think. So the stupid thing is that when people go, are you okay or not? I go, oh yeah, I'm fine. When maybe I'm not fine. Maybe I'm not okay. Maybe, I'm going to jump from one to the other. Hence why I made Recovery Ramblings, because I jump from one to the other. My thoughts are never the same. I just jump. That's why I made the whole series when I first started talking about vulnerable stuff, or updates, because I just jump all the time. But I really have to stop being so hard on myself and just accept that these weeks happen, and I really shouldn't have to feel like I have to justify everything I do and all that. I mean, my body is changing and it's doing stuff, and I've done some really stupid stuff. I'm doing really stupid stuff. Like, I basically don't eat breakfast, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm stopped because I was so upset, and I felt like I eat a lot to the point where I'm like, well, I have to cut out a whole meal, and I'm not sure breakfast is the best one, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel, and the stupid thing is that sometimes I feel really good when I cut it out, and if I have a good day, and then other days I just feel really bad if I, like, cut it out but do other things. I'm a mess! But not only that, also if I'm going out or I'm going to see something and I really like the person that's, like, maybe in the show, whether it be stand-up or whether it be a theatre show, I feel like, oh, I'm going to see this show, therefore I have to, like, eat, like, have to, like, I feel like I have to lose weight in order to, like, go to these things. And the truth is that I don't have to. I really don't have to. I feel like, whatever I go and see, these people are going to have, like, I hopefully will accept, I hope in this day and age, you know, hopefully accept that, you know, the body you have is an okay body. And honestly, I don't think when you meet the people that you want to meet in life, they're not necessarily looking at you and going, I don't want to associate with you because you've got a body that I don't like. They're not going to do that. That was very aggressive. I saw that in the monitor. I'm looking at it, that was aggressive as flip, Ellen. But these people are not going to say, oh, I don't want to associate with you because, you know, you've not got a body type that I don't like. They're more interested in what your personality is and what you are as a person. They're not interested in this bit. They don't give a shit about this bit, which is always really nice. And they really, hopefully they really shouldn't have to meet these people that you want to meet and stuff. And it's really hard. Not only that, but I also have to remember that I think I'm so used to, like, fighting this on my own as well. Like, for those of you who have been with me since the beginning, I think if you've seen all my stories, you know that from my recovery, I left my mental health team because they weren't very nice to me. There are worse words or ruder words I could say, but I'm going to take the moral high ground and say that they didn't exactly gel with me, and we weren't exactly the best of friends, shall we say. And so obviously I've done this recovery on my own, with my family of course, but more momentarily I've had to monitor and guide myself through all the shit storms that I've had to go through. That has to be me. That has had to be me all the time. And I feel like because I'm so used to that and used to just fighting on my own, that when I have these attacks, I feel like I can't let anyone else in. And I know people go, oh yeah, I'm always there for you, oh you can always talk to me, you can always do that, but I don't feel like that I can let them in. I don't let them in, I really don't. Or I feel like I'm barraging them and they're like, oh, Eleanor's going off on another rant again about this and that, and I feel so stupid and I was about to cry. This is a very vulnerable moment in my life right now. I didn't know this. I didn't know that talking about me being an introverted, independent Pringle would make me feel so cry. That's a new word now. Make me feel so cry. I've got that along with fubknuckery and cry. Laughing, not tears. I've got tears, but I'm laughing. Oh. But stupidly, talking to you guys with this on the camera, maybe with a few editing jump cuts and shit, it's just, I feel better, because it's weird, because I talk about it on the internet all the time, but in real life, when I actually have to talk to people about it, I get all nervous, all, like, defensive, and that's not how I should work. Maybe another thing for 2017 for me is to let people in and then let them help me. Maybe I should just let people in. Maybe that is a step towards, is that I should let people in my most vulnerable moments and not get all stiff upper lip and British about it and just carry on. Because I didn't realise I was like that until this week when I just went to shows on my own. I'm very, like, I've realised I am very introverted and very independent, and I very much isolate myself because I go to things on my own. And that really, I forget I have friends, I think. I feel like I just go in head first bull in a china shop and then forget that actually maybe other people would like to be with me, maybe other people want to have the interaction, and maybe that isolates myself and makes me not have any, you know, makes me have problems and difficulties talking to people and talking to friends, because that's what I do. I don't sound it when I'm talking to you lot, but I'm sure a lot of people would agree that I was once described by a friend as, if I was a vegetable, I'd be an onion, because I have so many layers and you have to really stick with me and strip off all the layers to get to who I am. Because it's true, I do have so many layers to put, layers on top, on top, on top, and I only let you know the stuff I want you to let you know. But when we are closer, then I think the most vulnerable bit, I think you guys know the most vulnerable bits of my life. Like, having an eating disorder was the most vulnerable bit of my life, and recovering from it is even more vulnerable than having an eating disorder itself. And so I don't know how long this video is, but it's just a very rambly video. The truth is in the title. It is a Recovery Ramblings vlog. Just talking about having an attack of the eating disorder voice and just trying to tell it to fuck off. Hopefully that, I don't know, maybe this made sense. I don't know. I don't know if it will help anyone. I don't know, but I just feel like it needed to be made, and you needed to see again a more sort of vulnerable Eleanor, where she just talks at you and you know the most vulnerable bits of my life. I feel like you know more vulnerable bits about me than you know about my own personal life, maybe. And I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that you know the more vulnerable sides of me, because being vulnerable is very vulnerable. So, yay! I hope you have a really good day, and I hope you're having a day where the eating disorder is quiet and you can get on with your life. I really hope you have that. And just remember that when the eating disorder voice does come during your recovery, that he or she or it's a he for me, I don't know why, when he comes around knocking and talking bullshit to you, that remember that further down the line of your recovery, or however far you are, the voice is going to get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, to the point where it just doesn't talk anymore. Like, mine has positively got weaker sometimes, but other times it just comes back and attacks like a mother trucker, and you have to try and fight it on all fronts, always by myself though. Because that's me. But I hope you have a good day. Don't listen to the bullshit from ED, because ED is full of bullshit. I've got so much love for you lot. It's unreal. And I may not say it all the time, but I do love you lot so very, very much. And I will see you whenever I make another video. But for now, take this vulnerable rambling with me nearly crying, and I will see you very soon, guys. Bye.